Yeah, we find her, that beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So I go so the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give it the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a love fun eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. And now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty, I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty, I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. One beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMV, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and cut you. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight.
is your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Welcome. Do me a favor, as you're coming in, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. My name is Ola. Like I said, we're here to talk about life, relationships. We're here to extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. We got a few stories to cover today. We're gonna get right to work. I am a life, relationship, and marriage coach in partnership with my wife, Lola. You can download our books for free at one of the books is Number One Red Flag. The other one is Get My Marriage Back. You can download them for free at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome. As you're coming in, hit the like button. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to Mo Fresh, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Grace Kona, Deal of 3000, Yes TV, Chidima A, Sparkleberry, Mary Parker. Today is the last day of July 2024, the 31st of July 2024. You can sponsor this show for as low as 99 cents. Those people I just mentioned their name are basically constantly sponsoring the show by simply being a member of the platform. And you can join being a member of the platform anytime with the join buttons. Shout out to everybody that has helped us donated this month. We've surpassed the goals. Thank you so much. It's still open. Thank you. I appreciate you. You can use membership super chat. You can use Cash App with the email address. Hold on 1 second. Alright, let me see here. Mute that. Alright, some sound just started making random noise. You guys might have heard that actually, but thank God. Anyway, I'm back. Zelle, PayPal, using the email address ask@manofprestige.com or $manofprestige on Cash App. Any one of those things will work to donate. So thank you for all your donations. You can also donate your like buttons to us by making sure you click the like button. Let's see how many has hit the like button right now. If you hit the like button, it will help us ping everybody else into the room, all right? Or at least let them know when they do come on the platform. If you're interested in coaching, you can send an email inquiry to ask@manofprestige.com. You can also send a text message, preferably WhatsApp, to 732-305-8577. Yep. Awesome. You can also join our backstage conversations at whatsapp.manofprestige.com. Without any further ado, we do have a fantastic show lined up for you today. In case you missed it, you can go ahead and hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's get started with today's show. I'll be right back. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome back. Nigerian pastor versus ex-wife, £1.5 million, UK properties battle. Let's get through this real quick. Let's run through some quick warm-up stories. I stumbled into this on Premium Times, and I thought we should just look at it and see what is happening out there. It's crazy out there, isn't it? Exclusive. After bitter divorce, Nigerian pastor ex-wife battle over £1.5 million UK properties. And this is a pastor. Apparently, this is a very popular pastor. I've never seen his name before. Pastor Francis Irabor. When the marriage of the pastor and his wife was dissolved in 2017, that's a while back. It's like 7 years ago. Yeah. It set off a storm of legal actions in the UK that involved the church. All right. Nigerian pastor Francis Irabor and his ex-wife August, how do you pronounce that? August Irabor are embroiled in a legal battle over their family assets in the United Kingdom following the bitter separation. I'm reading directly from Premium Times Nigeria. The extensive legal battle also involves the church Mr. Irabor co-founded in Abuja, the Great Calling Ministries worldwide. Before the family's relocation to the UK in 2014. All right. The church gave him loans to facilitate the relocation and to acquire 2 houses in the UK. These people commingling money left and right. So when the couple's marriage was dissolved in 2017, it set off a storm of legal actions that involved the church. At the heart of the battle were 2 houses in London, cumulatively worth £1.5 million, which Mr. Irabor acquired with the loans he obtained from the church he started. Court records obtained by Premium Times reveal how the church's spirited efforts to recover the loan it granted Mr. Irabor clashed with Ms. Irabor's attempts to claim her share of the family assets. In May 2023, a family court recorder, Judge Andrew Willets, ordered Mr. Irabor to pay her a lump sum of £750,000. That's last year, and other costs she incurred on a clean break basis. Mr. Irabor did not appeal the judgment, but he supported the church to file an appeal against the verdict at the Family Division of the High Court, Royal Court of Justice in London. The church hinged its appeal on the contention that the family court's verdict left it with no guaranteed means of recovering its unpaid loan from Mr. Irabor. The church hinged its appeal on the contention that the family court's verdict left it with no guaranteed means of recording. All right. On 11 April this year, 2024, the judge Jonathan Cohen upheld the verdict of the family's court recorder, a judge awarding the lump sum of £750,000 and other costs in favor of Miss Irabor. She was burdened by debts, of course. This is the West. She was burdened by debts, including £50,000 in student loans and the upkeep of their 4 children in London at the time. Despite Mr. Irabor not being a direct appellant in the case, the High Court gave scathing remarks about him, casting him as a man living a highly comfortable life while paying nothing towards the support of the 4 children or their mother. Then as far as genesis of legal battle, the Irabors were married in 2008 and have 4 children aged 14, 13, 11, and 8. In February 2013, Mr. Irabor co-founded their church, the Great Calling Ministries Worldwide, in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. He, his wife, and his sister were the trustees of their church, but his wife has been removed, of course. And Mr. Irabor's sister remains a trustee, of course. On the 30th December 2013, barely 10 months after its founding, the church offered a substantial loan to Mr. Irabor to Japa to England and escape the threats of a militant organization in Nigeria. 1 week later, the pastor entered into another loan agreement allowing the church to lend him 550 million naira. Okay. The church, let me see something here. The church transferred $1.56 million. Jesus Christ. The dollar equivalent of the money to Mr. Irabor's account in July 2014. Mr. Irabor used the money to purchase a 5-bedroom family house at 6 Daisy Close in London in his sole name for £950,000. Soon afterwards, the family relocated to the UK and claimed asylum. According to the court, while Ms. Irabor got asylum with permanent leave to remain in the UK, Mr. Irabor's precise status could not be ascertained. Mr. Irabor again decided to purchase another property, a flat, in Goldhawk House in London. The purchase price was £365,000. While trying to buy the house himself, he fell victim to fraud and needed another £220,000 to complete the purchase. He contacted the church, which promptly granted him another £220,000 loan. Again, I'm reading from Premium Times, Nigeria. Both properties were purchased in the sole name of Mr. Irabor. Days after completing the purchase of the second house, Mr. Irabor and his wife separated. In November 2017, they were divorced in Nigeria. Meanwhile, since June 2017, the first loan had become due for repayment. 42 months from his grant, there was no interest attached to the loan. That's a red flag. Was it actually a loan in the first place? Church surfaces in London court. Shortly after the dissolution of the marriage of the Irabors, the church requested a restriction on the charges register of the house at Daisy Close. All right. This meant the church sought an order to stop possible disposition through sale, transfer, gift, or new mortgage of the registered property. Less than a week later, the church also sued Mr. Irabor in the Nigerian court for the money he owed under the 2014 agreement. I'm curious now, who is in charge of the court of the church? I'm curious. The church and Mr. Irabor reached a settlement. Is that the same person? The church and Mr. Irabor reached a settlement very quickly. Maybe because it's the same person. Very quickly, and judgment was entered in the Nigerian court for the sum lent. Ms. Irabor was not a party to the Nigerian proceeding and knew nothing of them. In due course, the district court in London issued an interim charging order on the house at Daisy Close to make it serve as security for Mr. Irabor's debts. The church also applied for a final charging order on the property. Pastor's ex-wife launches legal challenge. On 13 December 2018, Miss obtained leave from a district court to institute financial remedy proceedings under the Matrimonial and Family Proceedings Act, MFPA 1984. The law is a crucial piece of legislation in England and Wales that provides a legal framework for addressing financial settlements in international divorce cases. Also, at the first appointment of the proceedings on 16th September 2019, the court gave the church leave to join the suit as an interested party, an intervenor. In both decisions of the court permitting Ms. Irabor to institute the action and allowing the church to join as an intervenor, the court made it clear that the central issue in the case was to determine whether the church had a beneficial interest in either of the two parties registered in the sole name of Mr. Irabor. While Ms. Irabor sought £750,000 and her cost of the procedures, Ms. Irabor offered her the £372,000 proceeds of the sale of the Goldhawk house. On its part, the church sought a final charge over the Daisy house. Preliminary court judgment. After an extended trial process from 16 September 2019, the district court judge handed its judgment on 9 March 2022. The judge held the legal and beneficial ownership of both parties at Daisy Close and Goldhawk House remained with Mr. Irabor, not the church. Consequently, the court ruled that the equity in each property will be available for distribution between Mr. Irabor and his estranged wife in their financial remedy proceedings. The house at Daisy Close was valued £1.176 million, being £1.2 million less sale cost. Okay, so it's worth less than what the sale was. Okay, while the Goat Hawk House flat was agreed to have a value of £380,000 gross, that's £372,000 net. The net value of the houses thus came down to about £1.548 million. Mr. Irabor's total debt to the church through loans amounted to £1.274 million. That's a lot of money against those properties. As soon as the court gave its judgment affirming that the equity in each of the two houses would be available for distribution between distribution doesn't mean cash on paper, okay, between Mr. Irabor and his former wife, the church swiftly applied to register the Nigerian judgment in the High Court. The church took the step, realizing from the district court judgment that it did not have the loan security which it had previously believed to be the case. Right, so you can't just use your mouth to say, my money is in the property. You actually have to have some kind of note or security against the said property. After this, the court granted the church an interim charging order to halt any move to dispose of the house at Daisy Close. The church also applied for a final charging order. The application for a final charging order was transferred to the family court at Plymouth to be considered alongside the financial remedy proceedings. Now, family court judgment. The recorder, the judge in charge of the family court hearing, delivered his ruling on 25th May 2023. The court awarded £750,000 lump sum to Miss Irabor after considering her needs, liabilities. This is not Nigeria. There are liabilities. Liabilities, there are actual recorded liabilities. Okay, as in like there are records. The total value of the two family houses and the debt Mr. Irabor owed the church. The court found that for her part, Miss Irabor had debts amounting to £110,000. Of this, £50,000 was legal fees, £59,000 in student loans, and a small sum of council tax arrears. Mr. Irabor is going to end up with nothing. Also, at the time of the trial, Miss Irabor was living in an unsatisfactory 3-bedroom council house in the southwest of London with all 4 children. Jesus. The court found that Miss Irabor was dependent on benefits. She was also completing a course of further education. On the other hand, Mr. Irabor was living in the former family home at Daisy Close. The court said, so she was probably kicked out of the house earlier before the court's judgment. He was spending a significant amount of his time in Nigeria, right? But he was also in the big house. He played a minimal part in the children's lives and was not paying child or spousal maintenance. The court rejected the church's request to make the charging order of the Daisy Close property absolute to enable it to recover its debt from Mr. Irabor. They can still recover their debt from Mr. Irabor. They're just going to have to manufacture all that money from thin air somewhere. Probably not those properties. As long as those properties are on ground in UK, there's no way. Could it work? The judge did not stop there. He went further to discharge the interim charging order placed at the instance of the church on the property. Now the church appeals. Only the church appealed the judgment. It lodged its appeal at the Family Division of the High Court, Royal Court of Justice in London. The church expressed dissatisfaction with the family court's judgment, contending that it failed to provide clarity about Miss Irabor's housing needs. Okay. The church also argued that the court overcalculated Miss Irabor's debts. Specifically, contended that the court appeared to have calculated the lump sum to enable Miss Irabor to repay her £50,000 student loan. Miss Irabor had a cumulative £110,000 debt at the time. It argued that the court failed to explain why the student loan was not left as a liability, since it would only be repayable when Mrs. Irabor began to earn a good income. I think some of these people, they never expected it. They never thought that, okay, all right. It's Yaki, all you have to do is just go to court. No, sorry, this one is in Jan, this is in London. In all this, the church contended that its loan to Mr. Irabor, secured by an interim charging order, received minimal consideration by the recorder at the family court. All right, so now the judgment on appeal. Let's see how this is going. It's longer than I thought. All right, so in his judgment on the appeal, pardon my manners. Let me see. Some people are here. Let's see who is here. Shout out to Black Diamond. Tonya is here. Marriott is here. Welcome, welcome. Natu is here. Welcome. Welcome, my people. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Do the needful. Thank you. Do the needful. Hit the like button. Okay. We're talking about Nigerian pastor versus ex-wife. 1.5 million pounds. UK properties battle. And we're talking in the persons of Pastor Francis Irabor and Mrs. Irabor. All right. So, in his judgment of the appeal delivered on 11 April this year, the High Court upheld substantially the family court's decision. It only reduced the amount of certain costs considered by Mrs. Irabor's legal team. All right, so they had to agree to it. They were like, let's have mercy on them. Right? The judge, Jonathan Cohen, affirmed the £750,000 lump sum the court awarded to Mrs. Irabor. On the family court's assessment of Mrs. Irabor's need, Mr. Cohen held that the lower court was entitled to assess her need generously. Mr. Cohen said this was because Mr. Irabor had access to undisclosed funds, of course. Remember, he owns a church in Nigeria that all of this money came from in the first place. You know, but this is years later. They left in 2014. We're talking about 2020. We're talking about 4 kids later. I don't know if the kids were born before that, but you get the gist. He had the sole use of a 5-bedroomed house in London. He had managed to buy himself a new car for £45,000. I bet it was cash. He was paying nothing towards the support of the children or their mother. That she was on a very tight budget. And substantially dependent on benefits were factors that fed into the recorder's judge's reasoning. He agreed that the recorder could have explained his calculations of Miss Irabor's needs more clearly and could have arrived at a lower figure than £750,000. But he said the figure that the recorder, as the trial judge, arrived at was not significantly more than Mrs. Irabor's needs. It's probably like what, like £10,000? Mr. Cohen also ruled that the church's claim that the family's court verdict left it with no means of recovering its loan was untrue. Well, you should have the house must have some kind of document that shows it was a collateral. Collateral, what do you call it? The security collateral, something, like the assets that you put down to take a loan, right? The collateral, right? Anyway, Mr. Cohen also ruled that the church's claim that the family court verdict, the judge earlier agreed that the family's court finding that the church was not keen on recovering the loan. He wrote, the effect of the order is that instead of the church receiving some £1.1 million from Daisy Close, it will receive £370,000. They should feel lucky. From the flat, and the balance of £420,000 from the Daisy Close surplus. Maybe they had some documents. They should be happy. This goes a long way to repaying the church. Mr. Cohen said it was always the case of the church and Mr. Irabor that the loan would increasingly be covered as the properties appreciated in value. All right, the effect of the judgment is simply that the church will have to wait longer than otherwise would have been the case, Mr. Cohen ruled, pointing out how Mr. Irabor and the church had worked together, right, to pursue the case from behind the scenes. Maybe it's the same person, same entity, not person, same entity. The judge said, tellingly, he has not filed a notice of appeal from the recorder's order, albeit he supported the appeal of the church. Of course, we all support the appeal of the church. All right, may the best player win. Anyway, that's that story right there. I think it's just, I guess, when these people jackpot to new nations and stuff like that, they should just be aware that the systems, the judicial systems, are probably tighter. As much as you want to benefit from the jackpot, just understand that all the bad behaviors will probably not be tolerated as much as it would be in Nigeria. You know, they should be happy they got some money back from that one sentence. But anyway, there you go. So what I'm picking up from that story is that woman was kicked to the curb. You know, once they decided they were going their separate ways, it was up to her to fend for herself, her children, and then she got on benefits. She was improving herself, and Baba probably just moved on and said, "Hey, you know, being the daddy GO that he is, you know." But once you come into these parts of the world, you know, everything is up for scrutiny as far as they can find, you know. Myra says, what I find hilarious is that the man and the whole church are same. When will my people wake up? They are the same entity. Equivalent. Not exactly the same, but kind of, sort of. You know, one controls the other, kind of, yeah. That's how that works. Anyway, that's the Nigerian pastor. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, let me know what your thoughts are about that. I just thought it would be an interesting. This is how dirty things get when you end up in divorce in the poto. It's not always as simple as sitting on the dining table and using the spreadsheet and iron things out. No, it's not that simple. Okay, there are some things you will discover about yourself. Excuse me. Excuse me.
He shock you.
There's some things you will discover about yourself. There's some things you will discover about your ex-spouse. And it's not gonna be as simple as running to the courts. All right, everybody might collect. Okay, you might be dragging it out for as long as 7 years, 5 to 7 years, give or take, maybe. It's a very difficult thing to go through. It's no fun. Anyway, so I'm sure that man wanted to just like, okay, since you want to leave this marriage, leave everything and take your kids and go. It won't be the first to hear things like that out of Nigeria. You know, it's just what it was. But the world is changing. So hopefully people are paying attention to how the world is changing. Some things you're able to get away with on both sides of the gender might not be as simple anymore. All right, do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. And I will be right back. Check out this next segment. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about this couple right here on the screen right now. Let's talk about this screen. Shout out to Chinye, welcome. Good to see you. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Hit the like button. Queen of Kings quits pretending in a fake and broken marriage to the YT. Let's listen.
Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend. Let's just be very, very real. You told me to put it on live, so I put it on live. So, and then you want to start talking about a glass of wine, and then you want to start saying, oh, are you not going to talk? After I was just sitting here silent before we even got on live. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay.
Let's get into why it's so important not to idolize none of these couples online. Y'all familiar with Rose and Brett? You know, the interracial couple that got together and, you know, supposed to be so cute online and all that stuff? Yeah, they going through it right now. Let's talk about it. When I say let's talk about it, I'm not saying, hey, let's spill their tea, because I don't really care about their tea. But what I do care about is the fact that so many of us see people happy online and we be like, oh, I want to be just like them. Not knowing nothing they really go through. This girl then said, oh, he came about to save my life, gave me nothing but good hope. Changed me and my son's lives. Even hooked up with other, like, interracial couples to kind of make it seem like, you know, all black women should go this way, too. Only to now be on live and cussing him out, going off saying how he was a bum sleeping in somebody's basement, she paid for everything, and yada, yada, yada. That's why you gotta idolize somebody in your family. Where your elders at? Where your church family at? And being honest, even they make mistakes. What they going through in their marriage, that's their business. But what I am telling you is, what you gonna go through and what you experience in your marriage, relationships, friendships, and anything else, that's your business. Keep it offline. Keep focused. Understand everything ain't what it appear to be, especially here. There's so many potential.
Especially here. She said, especially here. That's funny. All right, let's talk about these people real quick. So they're a couple. Apparently, she calls herself Queen of Kings. That's with a KweenI. Listen, I discovered these people when Yawa don't bust. That's when I discovered these people. All right. Now, let me pause this for a second here, real quick. If you look here, check this out. Her name is Rose Miller. All right. So okay. You guys can see this. Okay. Let's pull this up. She has about 342,000 monitoring spirits on Instagram alone. Okay, and apparently she had been quite braggadocious about her interracial relationship on the internet, and sounds like she was also encouraging a lot of people to go in that direction. Okay, now what I really want to say about this is it's probably more common sense based more than anything else. All right, so let's just talk for a second, okay? Circumstances in life, you're going to meet people, especially if you're an open-minded person. You will meet people that are of different race, different background, things like that. There's nothing wrong with getting with people from different background, different race, different tribe. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But it becomes something else when you have somebody jumps onto the internet. Let me see. Black Diamond said, this lady annoys me a lot with her interracial overdue, right? And some people are also being advised, you know, like if you struggle with dating and things like that, some people are advised to keep an open mind. You know, your husband, your wife might just be on the other side. There's nothing wrong with an advice from that standpoint, you know, to keep your options open, to make your welcome, sir. Uncle Patrick, welcome, sir. You know, just keep an open mind, especially if you're becoming a person of a certain age and you want to build a family and stuff like that. If you're comfortable doing that, they advise that. But we have some people that are overdoing this kind of advice to the extent where they feel the need to paint it over everywhere. The Queen of Kings. They want to paint it on people's face, right? And that why am I saying that? Because
who slept on an air mattress in a ghetto.
Why am I saying that, right? I'm saying that because it becomes problematic at that point, especially if you're coming. A lot of these people have hurt from the past, right? And they're trying to sugarcoat and they want to pretend like those hurt doesn't exist. They want to manufacture a new love story to make it look some type of way, you know. So you have to be. How do you detect this kind of people on the internet? They are very loud. They're usually very, very loud about their rhetoric. Why do they need to be loud? Because there's no intrinsic value, right? There's no intrinsic value. That's the only English I can use. There's no real value in what they have to offer. They have to be loud to compensate for the fact that there's no value in it. Now, ordinarily on any given day, there's nothing wrong with interracial relationships. As a matter of fact, if you have your children in the abroad, and they are more than one, it's probably going to happen. So get your mind prepared for it. Be open-minded when that does happen, right? So in this case, they're saying that this young lady has basically been parading this white boy all over social media, telling everybody to dump all the black dusties, dump them, go and find you, quote unquote, a white tea that can take care of you, that can provide, you know. Once I hear stuff like that, I just know that it's a problem. These things are not, they're not that hard to detect. You just have to know a few things. You feel me? You just have to know a few things about just how human beings operate. We don't just say things out of our ass. We don't just make up things. We don't just say the things we say, right? We say the things we say because we learned them from somewhere. We might have learned them from a painful experience, or maybe from socialization, how you were raised over a period of time. But people just don't jump out into the internet or into the world after a course and they're like, oh, it's just who I am, it's just a gift. Usually not, okay? It's usually because there's some. So anyway, that's what you're looking at. And then apparently a few days ago, she decided to expose everything. All right. And that's the video that I played for you. I'm going to play it one more time and then we'll move on to other stories. Let's go.
The one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend. Let's just be very, very real. You told me to put it on live, so I put it on live. So, and then you want to start talking about a glass of wine, and then you want to start saying, oh, are you not going to talk? After I was just sitting here silent before we even got on live. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay.
Let's get into why it's so.
All right. So I like what that young lady said. Said, look for role models within your family. They do exist. You just have to open your eyes. All right. Chinya said, that's where she effed up. Do your thing and don't tell down on our brothers. Your personal experience or preferences are okay. It doesn't mean all black men are the same. All right. That's apt, on point. Now, this is her. I don't know what she's doing. This is a post she posted 17 hours ago. I'm just going to read a couple of comments on this page. Let's see. Somebody said, baby, whether the live was fake or not, you need to be off the internet a bit. Take some time for yourself and family. All right. So people like them, if they're obsessed with attention, they are obsessed with attention. There's nothing you can do about that. Somebody said, this right here ain't necessary. We gave you a chance to be real and you keep effing it up. Stuff like this clearly shows instability. All right. She has to give you guys something to watch. You know what Yoruba people say? We're doing wo. People will watch. We'll go watch. But for us here, we'll go learn. Okay. We'll learn. Everyone all commenting and passing judgment as if she didn't just explain she gets the bag. I don't know, call me crazy, but I think it's a good thing she does, that she gets the bag. I like to see people food y'all wanted to believe so badly a white man is what saved her. That's a good point. A lot of people that are following her wanted to believe that rhetoric so badly that their experience is not a function of who they are. That's what we talk about here. You attract who you are. I'm not saying it's your fault. There's something about you that's attracting who you are. And it's very important that you think of it that way so you can take control of your life and change whatever you want to change about your life. If you don't see it that way, obviously you become a puppet for whoever's fault is it, right? And then that person continues to control you because it must be their fault. Really, she got a bag based off of stereotypes and is being loved by a good man. Okay. The end. I don't care if she got online to prove point. Y'all don't see that she didn't need a man to take care of her. As a single black mother, even when we go through things, we can make it all happen. She is happily married, and that's just a bonus. All right, so maybe she's happily married now, since that particular video Maybe in this moment she's happy now, because anything can happen in 24 hours. But let's look at this. Does this sound like somebody that's happy? Let's look at this again. Not that one. This one. This one. Does this sound like somebody that's happy?
Pretend that I'm the one that paid the deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the rent.
The person who comes on the internet to expose that so happily husband definitely was not happy in that moment when she was recording this video. Maybe she's happy now within a few days later. You never know. We never know, right? But yeah, we have to do better. All of us have to do better with regards to the blame game. Looking like Shamar, I thought he was throwing shots. The baby stood up like she took my move. I love it because she don't talk y'all in the comments. Don't talk to y'all in the comment. Take y'all in the comments even a little bit serious. All right, so it's very easy for some people that are still following her to come out and try to say, okay, she's living happily ever after, you move on. Actually, that's how we feel anyway. Let's talk about the lessons for us. Let's talk about the lessons for us. When you go through relationship issues, it's about you. If you make it about other people, it becomes they maintain control. Very simply put, right? They maintain control. If you don't like them to keep having control, hold yourself accountable, hold yourself responsible, take the bulls by the horn and start changing it. A good sign of struggling with accountability is when you group a bunch of people into a group. You know, it's easy to do because some of us look the same. Some of us have pointed nose. Some of us look very broad nose, African, West African. Some of us have pointed nose, like we are from the Middle East. And so, you know, there are multiple ways you can group people like that. You can say there's the people that look this way. You can do that, you know. So you got you if you're here and you're part of the Prestige family, I hate to be policing people how they talk when in general. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling that I'm policing people actually, because we generalize. But when it comes to your personal relationships, slow down on that. Is my point. Slow down. Sometimes it shows up in very subtle ways. Hold on. Sometimes it shows up very, very subtly, like you just think you're talking, but that's the issue. That's the issue. You might even think you're talking about somebody else entirely, but that's the issue in your personal life right there. All right. So speaking of, again, I will keep saying it because I don't think a lot of people are paying attention. Right. Let's see here. Let me see if this video is a good one that I can play for you. Can I play this? Okay, perfect. I'm going to play an example for you of what I mean, and then we'll call it a day on this segment.
I've come on this several times to warn you ladies. You see, you know Nigerian ladies that like to date Nigerian men.
Is that loud enough?
A lot of us Nigerian women, we've come on this app several times.
I'm not sure if that's loud enough.
Hi, I've come on this app.
Let me check.
Several times to warn you ladies. But it's like you girls just don't want to
Okay.
hear it. You guys are just not. And
We'll manage it.
see
Just
the
listen.
ones that date Nigerian men for their pockets. Yeah? Those ones. You lot, you know what you're doing, okay? I'm not talking, this video is not for you guys. But you see the ones that love to date Nigerian men for love. For love.
Uncle Beno.
Come, this is gonna be the last time we don't talk about this because I saw a video last night from a lady, African American lady that dated a Nigerian guy, married him, and the guy literally scammed her of all of her life savings. She was actually
She's talking about the story we covered yesterday.
and the guy
$60,000. No, the $53,000. The story we covered in the long stream.
Come,
Is it the long
you are
stream? I
not
don't remember.
Nigerian woman. You're looking for love.
Maybe
And
yesterday.
you think Yoruba demons, to be precise. So when I say Nigerian men, I'm not talking about the entire Nigerian community. No, I'm talking about the Yorubas.
Just the Yoruba
Inside tribe
demons.
called Yorubas. The Yorubas, we call them Yoruba demon. You think we calling them Yoruba demon? There's no reason behind it. You are looking for love. You're going to a Yoruba demon. Let me tell you one thing you don't know. Yoruba men invented love bombing. Like, did you not know that? Did you not know that? This is not me trying to laugh at this lady's predicament right now. I'm not joking at her. I'm not trying to. This is just to warn you guys for the last time. Yeah, and I hope some of you.
She's warning you guys.
Like, if you want to date a Yoruba man and you're looking for love, sis, you need to learn how to play stupid, because you want to date Yoruba man for love, and they will love you. Oh yeah, they will love you. They will love you. But let me tell you what that love will come with. It will come with deceit, disloyalty, dishonesty, manipulation, control. Do you want me to keep naming it? Do you want me to keep going? So if you want to date I am not saying don't date a Yoruba man. Yeah, go ahead, please. Date them. There's a lot to date. Date them. Go for it. I am not one of those Nigerian women that are bitter. I don't want other women to date our Nigerian men. Go ahead. But shine your eye. Shine your eye. Where? You know when they say shine your eye, you need to use something called panashap. We call it panashap. Panashap, you have to be sharp. Listen, the devil is fast. Yoruba men, Usain Bolt self cannot catch up with them. I promise you. You need to be faster, but at the same time, you need to play stupid. Does that make sense? You need to play stupid because they look. I know it sounds so toxic, but that is the only language they understand, bruh. That is the only language Yoruba men understand. So you need to be very, very smart and sharp for you to be able to date a Yoruba man. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of people coming on this app. Yo, Nigerian men this, Yoruba men this, Nigerian men this. Like, stop putting all Nigerian men into one category, please. Not all of them are like this.
Don't put all Nigerian men in one category.
These are mostly Yorubas. And not all Yorubas as well. Some of them.
Just the Yoruba demon, put them in one box.
You need to be sharp. You are non-Nigerian lady. You want to date a Nigerian man, or you want to marry one. Open your eye. Okay? Have you seen our president? How big his eyes are? Let your eye be bigger than that.
Our president is also a Yoruba demon.
Using you as an example. But make sure your eyes are open. Shine. I play too much, but I'm actually not playing. I'm actually being serious because I am tired of coming on this app, yeah, and seeing all these videos of, oh, Nigerian men this, Nigerian men duped me, Nigerian men scammed me. Like, you two be sharp. Be sharp. I'm not trying to blame you, but be sharp. We come on this app to warn you all the time. Use Panashap and be sharp. Okay? They're doing it to us too. They're doing it to us Nigerian women too. But we are sharp. Well, it's not all of us.
They're doing it to us, but you are sharp. Okay? Are you confused or something? All right. Let me just leave her alone. How should I react to that? I'm a Yoruba man. How should I react to that? Mara said, mostly Yorubas. Your problems are showing. Ororo face. How should I react to that? I'm trying to see. How should I? So you guys should teach me how to react to that as a Yoruba man to the core. How should I react to that? Tell me how I should react to that, please. Teach me. Teach me something. Teach me. Let me turn on my music. I feel it's too quiet in here. Let's get back to some business. We've got some stuff to cover today. We got some more stuff to cover. We're only on the 2nd of 4. How should I take this? Uncle Patrick said it's an hasty generalization. Thank you. Yoruba enjoyment. Chie says no be small shanshin. This auntie should go and advise herself using all the Ororo at home on skin in this summer. I think somebody is teaching people that that's feminine. I'm seeing that quite a lot more. People just rubbing Ororo on their bodies. Maybe just for the internet, yeah. Please don't show up to the street, regular street, with Ororo on your body like that. Alright? If I know you personally, I'm definitely not arguing you, because you're going to stain my gears. Let's see. MOP, sorry, Yoruba men are collecting tonight. Black Diamond, attire do. I don't even know how to react to it. I don't know how to react to that. But that's an example of what we're talking about, you know. When you generalize, you jump on the internet, you try to save the world, but then you run your mouth right straight through your ass. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. So now for someone like me, obviously I know what generalization sounds like. I know we do it naturally. You know, I know we make points with generalization, which is fine, but there's a point you get to that, you know, it might be too late, because most people are not going to detect generalization from the inception. Most people are detecting generalization when they are offended already. And the people that are offended oftentimes will not tell you, because they don't even know. They feel some type of way. They don't know exactly why they feel some type of way. And potentially you can lose out on life just like that. Or you can run yourself into a hole, like the young lady we were just talking about, right? She went and manufactured a white boy who is a provider. I mean, she got one white boy that was living homelessly, almost homeless. She turned him around and then started to tell herself lies on the internet. That's what it becomes. Uncle Patrick said, I get offended by that word, Yoruba demon. Please, it needs to be changed to something better, I beg. Me, I'm not offended though. Not me, but I understand you, sir. Me, I'm not offended at all. Uncle Beno says, wait till we do now, blood of Jesus. Hey, that doesn't touch me. Outside of me talking about it for the sake of this topic, I've been hearing it for a long time. I don't get bothered by it at all. But we get the gist. We get the point. The point here is that while I don't find it offensive, the way she just talked, yeah, most people will find that offensive. And sometimes the people that are finding things offensive are not people, they're not your trolls on the internet. They're just people that are looking at you like funny, like, how did you conclude? Where's this conclusion coming from? Okay. You get the gist. Anyway, do me a favor, hit the like button. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hold on 1 second. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.
One love says you.
All right. Let's talk about Onyeka Onwenu. All right. How many of you guys remember the songs? If you don't know these songs, you must be like 10 years old or something. You guys remember these songs? I'm here. Back. All right. Let's talk about Onyeka Onwenu. Let's talk about her.
Be growing.
Listen to that. Listen to Asden from 1983.
Be growing. We are a bankrupt nation, and we have an international reputation for large-scale corruption.
She's talking about Nigeria from 1983.
Many of our people are unhappy, and some even hungry. What has gone wrong? This is what I set out to explore. We sensed that change had to come to our nation, that our people wouldn't continue to accept the inefficient, corrupt civilian government of President Shagari. Apart from journalism, I'm a singer, and I suppose this more than anything is my way of communicating my feelings.
Wherever you are and you're listening to this, I cry on behalf of all Nigerians who are badly affected by the situation in this country. Blessed people with talent, with so much to give the world, to show the world. Let our light shine. Do whatever you can. Let's make peace. Let's find a way. Let's stop this before it's too late. Help us. Help our children.
This was last night. This was last night. Life is so short. This was last night. This is her body leaving the hospital. Just a short moment after. Life is short. Life is short. Life is short. Last night. This is last night. Her last performance. At 72. Gone. All right, before I get into this, wow. That's Miss Onyeka. Most of us probably have known her all our lives. On TV, as a singer, as a journalist, broadcaster, somewhat of an activist. She's always spoken up about some of the things going on in Nigeria. Obviously, you saw a clip there from 1983, right? So it's kind of sad to see her gone so soon, I want to talk a little bit about our experience, an interview that she did with JUDY a little while back. She was 72. She passed away last night, July 30th, 2024. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So she's a singer, songwriter, actress, human rights, social activist, journalist, politician. I guess she might have run for some things in the past. Also, she was a former X Factor series judge. So she was on TV not too long ago, right? But now she's gone. Anyway, she's gone. So I'm going to play back some of this short interview that she did with it was 25. I've kind of like compressed it down to what I want to extract out of it. See if we can learn some lessons out of it, particularly with respect to marriage and relationships, since that's what we talk about here. Chinye says, may her sweet soul rest in peace. That's crazy. Oh my, may her soul rest in peace. Passing shortly, performing, so sad. Also as an actress, and she's a really good one. Yes, I've seen a few of her scenes as an actress as well. Uncle Patty says, may her soul rest in perfect peace. The Lord will strengthen and comfort all our children and family. So I thought today let's just do a quick review of some of the things she said with respect to relationship. Maybe we can learn one or two things as part of a small tribute to her. So let's get going.
Is that the thing that makes people say? Because you were talking, when I was reading the book and I read it again, I just thought you said, you later realized that these rumors, some people had believed them.
Yes, they did believe them.
So when they say, there's a long list of people you are alleged to have slept with.
Absolutely.
Sonja Okosun.
Yes.
Fela.
Sonny Ade.
Obasanjo.
Yes.
I bet they all wanted to sleep with her.
Obasanjo married you.
Yes.
He said to me,
Onyeka,
so did you marry Obasanjo?
He said to me, Onyeka, I said, Baba, I don't know.
see me, see too. And we had a good laugh about it.
Yeah.
Because they described the day he came to carry wine in R&D Zogo. How helicopter was, you and who? Where?
This is why he was president.
Yes. And somebody had asked me that question 4 times. By the 5th time, I was ready to fight him. I said, leave me alone. Because I've explained to you, I don't know why you don't want to believe it. What is this? If he's going to marry me, then we'll make it public. Why would I be
hiding it?
You know, and a lot of times I actually refuse to address those questions.
Yes. Speaking of marriage,
she was still so pretty at 72. Well, she was probably above 70 here, right? So, yeah, probably everybody, all those big guys back then probably wanted to sleep with her anyway. And then in addition to that, the tabloids back then, before there was social media, they probably, you know how somebody is the hottest in the marketplace, if you don't have anybody you come out right and say you're dating, they will start tagging you to different big guys. I mean, we still do it today, okay? But yeah, as far back as when she was much younger, right, she had been dealing with that. Let's keep going.
You know, so you never spoke about your marriage for years.
No, I didn't.
People, I remember one of your weddings, one of your birthdays, I think it was the 50th or your 60th, when you had an in-law, your sister-in-law say,
it was my 50th.
Show them your husband. Even all the time, all the rumors were going.
Welcome, Arrow Princess.
Yeah. When you could have said, look, I have a husband, leave me alone.
Why stop the fun?
Stop the fun. You never talked about it. Then you talk about it in this book.
Yes. Yep, blew your mind. Blew your mind, eh? Yeah.
Auntie, that was one tough marriage.
Yes, yes it was.
How cold, the first question that came to me is how cold a strong, powerful woman.
How can a strong, powerful woman like herself allow
of emotional abuse?
Such a level of emotional abuse? I think it's a good question. Don't y'all think? I think it's a really good question. How can a powerful, accomplished person who controls every other aspect of their life allow themselves to be abused in a relationship? Right? Look at the title. It says the late Onyeka Onwenu, her abusive and yet incredible marriage. I got that from our own words. So let's listen.
How? Don't like talking about it, but because you raised it and because I had written about it, I have to expatiate.
Right.
The man was a good man, is a good man, who put up with so much that was done to him.
She changed it to the man. She said the man was a good man. She said the man is a good man who put up with so much, right?
That would have killed anybody else. I have a lot of regard for him. The marriage was incredible. It was incredible.
The marriage was incredible.
It was passionate. I mean, it was
passionate.
Let's not just go there. It was passionate. We were friends.
Right.
You know how people talk about their bad marriages and they forget to tell us that it was also passionate and there were some good times. You know, maybe because she's 70 plus, maybe that's why she was saying that. Maybe she's reflected and then she's able to put them into words like that. But I'm sharing it with you, and no matter what age you are, right? That person came into your life. They were abusive. They're doing this. They're doing that, right? How? If you don't acknowledge every angle of that marriage, it will be hard for you to get away. Because you will just see an enemy, and then if all you see is enemy, somebody who's out to get you, it's hard for you to take control. But I enjoy the way she's putting it, right? She's not exonerating that person, right? She's giving you multiple angles to what a lot of people's marriages are, right? Let's keep going.
It was incredibly beautiful. It was passionate. I mean, it was, let's not just go there. It was passionate. We were
passionate.
Friends. We were the sort of friends who could stay now.
The most passionate couples are the ones who show themselves the most shaggy, don't they? They do, don't they? They do, right?
House for like a month, not step out. And yeah, we were preoccupied, reading paper, doing whatever. He was a very good friend. But sometimes when things happen to people, they
sometimes. People change.
And sometimes instead
when
of
things
taking
happen
it
to
out
them.
on the people who have caused the problem, it's expedient to take it out on the closest people to you.
Hey. What do people take it out on? They take it out on the person they're having sex with. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Now, is it right or wrong? Somebody's asking me, is that right? That shouldn't be. How can you claim that you love me and then you show me shaking?
You're right.
You're right. But you're short-sighted as well, okay? You're also short-sighted. You're looking at just one angle. And then maybe that's part of the problems, right? You really think you're that innocent. But let's keep going. She's saying something here. Very important. Very important.
Take it out on the closest people.
Take it out on the closest people to you.
That happened.
It happened.
Why did I take it for so long? Because I loved him.
Because she
and
loved
I
him.
loved my children.
She loved her children. There
And
were
my
other
children
factors.
Loved their father.
Children love their
So you make
fathers.
sacrifices because of the family. But there comes a time when you have to say, I've done enough of the sacrifices.
Enough is enough.
And if you really care about your children, you save yourself.
If you really care about your children, you save yourself. At some point, at least, okay? All of this really narrows down to no judgment, okay? People have their own journeys that they're going through. There's just so much more that goes into it, and that person's hurting you, leave right now. That person's hurting you, or the children are just stay there. It's never that simple, right? Only that person in the journey can know. All you can do is encourage them. Uncle Patrick said the ability to say I too was also at fault goes a long way. Yeah, so the fault thing is very triggering to people, I noticed. So I tend to use other words. You're right, sir. What I always try to say, like, would you like to take some accountability? A little bit responsible for your life? Maybe. That might be a good idea, maybe, right? No. The person who's at fault should just take responsibility. Are you a puppet? Right? But you're right, sir. You need to see beyond just the person is being freed to go, even though they are guilty. They are the perpetrator, obviously, in your opinion. But how about you taking accountability and responsibility for how your life turns out from this point on forward into the future? Right? It starts with the word you say. It starts with the meanings you attach to the events of life. She's obviously had a lot of time to reflect on those events, right? But at some point, enough is enough, because if you keep hurting yourself in the name of your sympathizing, I just had a conversation with a client, you're going to hurt yourself. And by the way, you're not helping the person you're sympathizing with. You might be even making it worse for them. Maybe not in this moment. Your sympathy is good for them in this moment. In the long run, you're enabling bad behavior. You're incentivizing bad behavior. All of this is easier said than done. But she's putting it so eloquently. Let's keep going.
Of the sacrificing. And if you really care about your children, you save yourself. Because it could have killed me. It could have killed me. So you save yourself.
Right.
I was going down. And again, here my brother comes in. Why am I talking to you about all these things? My brother comes in because it took my brother calling me aside one day to say, you're losing yourself.
How many times have you guys heard that? You're losing yourself. I hear a lot of times from women that have hit some kind of rock bottom. They admit to that much more quicker than men. Most men have lost themselves in their marriages. All right? But they have a hard time admitting that because they are actively trying to bring things down to science, logic, They want to be pragmatic. They want it to be all about duty and responsibility. A lot of them are emotionally hurt. That's why they act out. Relationships will do that to you, especially if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you've been winging things along, especially if you've been using common sense to do your relationship. You'll lose yourself. She said her brother had to call her to the side and say, hey, you're losing yourself. Let's keep going.
So that's what happened. My husband, I pray for him on a daily basis.
Even now.
Even now. More so now. Wow. More so.
More so now.
That it will be well. Because he's a good man. The way things happen does not define me and does not define him. The only thing that was the deal breaker for me was the inability to forgive me for walking away from an abusive situation. And so to punish me further, he did something that I think he will answer to God for.
Oh, wow.
At the end of the day. I'll leave it at that. But we love him. The kids and I. Oh, I'm calling them kids. They're going to kill me.
They're going to kill you.
The man and I. We love him. And we've chosen to forgive him.
Don't forget that walking away does not have to be a permanent decision. We're talking about in this moment, if you're feeling your feelings are the only thing that's valid in this. If you're feeling any type of abuse, it's okay to walk away. I know what you fear. I know you're thinking, well, I'm not ready, because you're thinking of it as a permanent decision. It doesn't have to be a permanent decision. It could be a permanent decision. It doesn't have to be. But you must preserve self. You cannot give what you don't have. You can't pour into other people if you stay in an abusive situation. I'm talking about to you as well, gentlemen. You don't have to stay in an abusive situation. You're incentivizing bad behavior. You have the rest of your life ahead of you, and you also have the rest of your lives together with that person, because you still have to maintain some type of relationship with that person. That person could be the father of your kids, right? You're not wiser than her. After 70, she's saying that man is a good man. You're not wiser than her. You're just hurt. That's why you're having a hard time saying that. If you do.
Before I move, I want to talk about greatest love. Before I just want to get this out of the way. Fela wanted you to marry him.
Of course, Fela wanted to marry her.
He knew I would say no.
Right.
He knew. He had a bet with someone. That person is alive today.
Right.
You know. Dede. Dede would tell you. He said, Dede, see, she's going to run. She's going to run. So he.
See, you're in love.
I am in love.
He said it in the book. Not me. It's not me. It's in the book.
But the love that I shared with this man started when I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Is she talking about another man here?
When I read that Queen Elizabeth fell in love with Prince Philip when she was 13, I said, oh my God, I am not alone. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not alone.
I think she's talking about another man here.
Yeah.
And I recognized that, not knowing what love meant, I recognized that this was the love of my life. And I think having read it, I think you were the one who commented and said this was the closest to my father's love that I had experienced.
Yes.
And you were absolutely right.
Yes.
This person loved me, knew me, built me up, told me who I was before I knew who I was. And it ended when it ended. We, both of us, didn't quite know what happened, but I don't think we were meant to be together. And we went our separate ways. We could have married, but I wasn't ready.
It's another man. It's another man.
And looking back, he wasn't ready at the time. And even when he became ready, I wasn't ready. And then we lost touch. We met up again. Somehow everything happens by serendipity.
That was the title of that chapter.
Of the chapter. It's by chance. It's never planned. I said, oh, now, and not once in my life did I ever, and he was a close friend of my brother's. Even my brother, I never asked him, so where is he now and what is it? No, I never asked. You don't meet people like him every time. He's just very special. That's all I can say. And I'm going to tell him, oh God. So loneliness is that there are times, you know, like you're only human, you know, but at those times I turn to God.
Loneliness, she turns to God.
I said, and he keeps me occupied. He keeps me occupied with this.
I woke up one morning feeling
life had passed me by. I knew I was hungry for a love I could not find. Oh, you lonely people, all you sinners lost out there, let me tell you about the greatest love of all.
Wow, 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 wow. What do you guys think? Lovely, lovely. Rest in peace to Miss Onyeka Onwenu. I think she's living on in so many people's heart. Let me see here. Uncle Patrick says abusive and incredible marriage, the two has to be weighed. A situation between life and death. Yeah. And you can still experience whatever love they shared in so many ways. Obviously, one of them being the children. Let's see. What I don't get is you abuse someone, the victim cries out, begs you to stop, endure, but the abuser doesn't want to stop. When the victim then decides to leave before crying, then they resent you. I know, for leaving. You know why? Because oftentimes abusers don't admit that they have a hard time admitting that their behavior was abusive. Because you know why? Because of the disconnect. Or let me say the obsession with their intention. They think because they have good intentions that it's impossible to be abusive. So you need to have empathy for what I just said to really understand it. That's why you can't stay there and be waiting for them to get it. They might never get it. That's why I keep telling you, just good intentions oftentimes end up in the what. It's not good enough that you have good intentions. You need emotional intelligence so that you can self-reflect, make sure that your behavior, sometimes your own way of expressing love is not coming off as abusive on the other hand. It takes a lot, you know, to get to that space. So, yep. I love the way she speaks. She's been speaking like that since 1983. Did you see that clip that I played for you guys? She's been speaking like that since 1983. So lovely. So lovely. But anyway, why don't we end it like this? We'll end the segment like this. And then we'll move on and, you know, do the last segments. And then we'll end the show for today. I'll be right back.
One love set you free. One love keep us together. Living in a world, it's a struggle to stay alive. Somebody wait for me, baby, you can wait me. And you right wait for me, baby, you can wait to let me grow. Wait for me, baby, you can wait me. Love it. You and I will be as one. You and I will be as one. You and I, you and I, you and I will be as one. You and I will be as one. Unyama. Munagi gebi. Munagi gebi. Munagi gebi oh. Unyama.
Hi,
I'm Lola.
And this is Ola from Man of Prestige.
Did you know that nearly 50% of marriages end in divorce?
Studies also show that children raised in two-parent households tend to thrive.
If you're struggling in a broken relationship or marriage, you're not alone in facing these challenges.
But having a solid support system is crucial. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com. All right, welcome back. Let's talk quickly about this guy, Mr. Obasi. Mr. Obasi of the Edochie, Judy Austin, you know, those kind of things. Let's talk about that young man and his rights, his custody rights. You know, this custody battle thing is not anybody's mate, even in the Western world. It's not a lot of fun to have to deal with that. It's not fun. So I'm looking at a report on what is this? NigerianBulletin.com says Emmanuel Obasi, Judy Austin's ex-husband, has engaged May Edochie, divorce lawyer Onyeka to represent him in a legal battle against Judy. Obasi alleges infidelity and claims Judy has denied him access to their children for over a decade. This new alliance adds complexity to the ongoing Edochie family disputes. In a surprising turn of events, Emmanuel Obasi, the ex-husband of actress Judy Austin, has sought legal representation from Onyeka, who is also the lawyer for May Edochie in her divorce case against Edochie. This legal collaboration means that both estranged spouses... What do you mean? Both estranged spouses. Hold on 1 second. I just skipped. What was I reading? No. This legal collaboration means that both estranged spouses of Edochie and his second wife, Judy Austin, are now being represented by the same attorney. That's a bad idea. Oh God. Obasi has accused Judy Austin of infidelity during their marriage and claimed that she has denied him access to their 2 children for over a decade. Photos and videos circulating online show Obasi in discussions with Onwenu, signaling his intent to take legal action. The public has had varied reaction to the development. Many social media users see this as a strategic move by Obasi. What do you mean? With some expressing skepticism about the timing and motives behind this alliance, as they should. Right? Comments range from criticism of the involved parties to humorous takes on the unfolding drama. This situation adds another layer to the already complex and publicized marital issues surrounding Edochie, his current and former spouses, and now their shared legal representative. The public eagerly watches as this legal battle unfolds, with many speculating about the potential outcomes and impacts on the involved families. This drama underscores the often complicated nature of relationships and the public scrutiny that comes with high-profile personal disputes. What do you guys think? Let me come to the chat. What do y'all think? What y'all think? The accent is accenting. You guys are still on Onyeka, Onwenu. One love that year in my secondary days. That was my primary school days. I can tell you're a little bit younger than me. And wait for me, you and I. Hello, everyone. Misty, chime in on this. What do you think about this idea of them having the same legal representation? Edochie's ex-wife to be, that's May Edochie, and Judy Austin's ex-husband to be. Are they divorced? I think they're divorced, right? I don't know. Sad that a legend, an icon is gone. She was a phenomenal actress, very classy and dignified. May God receive her with mercy. Amen. Perfect description. Okay. You guys are still stuck on the last segment. Let's see. The same lawyer, Chinye. What do you think about this idea? Is this a good idea? The same lawyer. I'm curious. What do you guys think? Is this a good idea? Missy EE says, isn't that representation a conflict of interest and against professional ethics of practice? Right? So now we don't have any proof that they've actually done it. But if in case they're thinking about it, let's just use it as a lesson for ourselves. Okay? It's a terrible idea. So even if it's not already written in your laws, in your code of ethics, in the country where you live in, eventually it will get there. All right? It's a bad idea because it creates questionable motives. Why are you picking the same? It literally shoots your case on the legs. It's a bad idea. Now, he might have gone there to see him. Maybe he can introduce him to lawyers of same likes, people that can also represent him. Maybe, hopefully the lawyer knows enough to not allow that. These people will just lose case. Why same lawyer? The court will just see it as bitterness. Exactly. So, to our social media in-laws on the internet, when they get caught up in their emotions, sometimes they can't see that. Like, yeah, it's good. Get that guy. Get him. Join forces together and show your shege, Pepe. How? How are you going to do that? Could it work? It's not going to work. Okay? Because they have to scrutinize the whole case, and that's an easy way for you to destroy the case. Is the lawyer the only good lawyer in Nigeria? Exactly. It's not a good idea. I don't think so. I think it's a terrible idea. So, listen, we're human beings. If you feel like somebody has basically taken advantage of you, stole your wife, and then you feel they need to get them back, check your emotions. Check them somewhere. And social media, they are terrible advisors on social media, just so you know. I know I'm part of social media, but go figure. Let's see. This issue is in Nigeria. We do our things our way, Biko. Okay, all right. We'll go there here now. No be here with day. Maybe it's a family lawyer. Yeah, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Let's see. Still an attorney. Okay, let me sit on the fence as an observer. No, don't do that. I guess he's trying to combine to get your. That's what it spells. That's what it spells. He needs to find his own representative. He needs to find his own resources. The GoFundMe they open for him has reached £1,000. That's it. That's it. That can't. £1,000. That's it. They can't get anywhere with that. They can't get. That's like one session of consultation, right, Mr. EE? That's one session of consultation. £1,000 is not gonna get him anywhere. But that goes to tell you too, how many people are really interested in a story like that. Right? People are more interested in Edochie's story. They rather that Edochie dance on the internet for them before they support Mr. Obasi. Some of us are obsessed with fairness in life. We want life to be so fair. We don't pay attention to the realities of how these things play out, do we? We don't. Right? We don't. Is it unfair? Yes, precisely. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you that it is, in fact, unfair. We're more interested in this. Check this out. This is a statement from Edochie. Let's catch up with him a little bit. Let's use him to catch cruise while we're rounding up the show. We're all going to die. It's only a matter of time. It go reach everybody. Life is really not that serious. It's not that deep. It's teaching us. Let's listen. Listen to your pastor right now. Life is not that deep. It's not that serious. Is he still running his church, his online church? I wonder. Anyway, now we just they take them too serious. That money where you they hide, bring them out. Chop and where? Why are you saving money? Chop all that money. Share some other people. Share some to other people. If not, you go still leave them die. Edochie is talking to us. What is this? A movie? It's a movie. Relax. Jagaban will fix Nigeria. 100% believe in Jagaban. No leave. This is 13 hours ago. So he's behind Tinubu. All of this protest that everybody is talking about is like, no, I'm good. I'm good. What was this? One day ago with his watermelon. Yeah. They're outside. Italawa. They're outside. Somebody said, you are just pretending. You are so hurt. May have left you behind. All this you are doing is prove a point, is the evidence. What if he's just an actor looking for more clout? It could be that simple too. And behind the scene, you're crying. Is it by force to cry? People want to force him to cry. These two finds fulfillment in each other and it feels beautiful to watch. Low batten. That's the other extreme end of it. Sorry, sir. Can I ask you a very friendly question? Does it mean you never loved May? That's a very stupid question. With the way you're going about with this, your new maximum wage, I just say make her ask. That's question is slow. That question is low. That question, do people fall in love and then end up divorced and bitter against each other all day long? That's why we'll tell you, don't just wing things along. Learn how this works so that yours too can last much longer than the average situation. Chinye, if they wanted in a Nigerian way, then therefore just go shrine. Exactly. Thank you, Black Diamond, for saying that. In court, they will collect. Adebusala, I guess different legal team within the same chambers can represent both parties. It can work. Even that, I thought about that one, Adebusala. Like for example, Femi Falana has a big chamber with multiple different lawyers that are busy representing different things. So I guess it might depend on how big the case is. They will have to prove that it can create a conflict of interest or represent the wrong motives, right? The key thing with any of this kind of cases is to not leave that angle. Don't even leave that kind of stone unturned at all. Because it becomes a question in court and then they have to address it. So that's the risk. So it's not outrightly like, oh, it will just not work. It can create a question that can tamper with the case, So I definitely wouldn't stay within the same chamber if I were them. If I care about the case, at least, Yoel and his pink background is a teacher. I missed the pink background. What was the pink background? Let me see. Did I miss the pink background? What's the pink background? Oh, this one, right? Wala. So some people really truly believe they found fulfillment in each other, whatever that means. But you can tell they're in love, though. Let's stop the cap. They are definitely in love. Being in love will last for as long as it lasts, but that's not where the work is. It's easy for anybody to fall in love. The hard part is to actually do the work and make sure it lasts for as long as it can. Divorce is costly, Uncle Patrick said. Maybe it will give room for good and better marriages. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes It's just the solution. It's just what it is. You know, they do church again. No church anymore. No. Watermelon has turned our blood to Barbie. Wahala. Lord. A whole daddy G.O. He has moved on with his watermelon. Listen, they're in love. It is what it is. This is life. This is not your Nollywood movie where it is the end and then the bad guy dies and then the whatever you think is the good guy survives. This is not Nollywood movie. This is real life. Okay? Yoruba people, man, sorrow. Some of you would not like to hear this. But it's actually so true. If you just look around you, only they die. Such a terrible outlook on life, right? I know. I feel your pain. I feel that, you know. That's why all you can do is focus on you, your relationships, nurture them, right? Do your best to live your best life ever. As in, like, today is a new day. Make the most out of it. If you live in bitterness, it's not going to happen, no. That's the funny thing with the devil. It's not going to happen, no. Let's look at this. They're dancing. This was what? 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago. Can't make this up. Listen. They don't want the God of man to be happy with watermelon. Look at this now. Let's stop the cap. They're in love. They're in love. So in love. Let me see. Are they singing? They are lip syncing. I don't know what they're playing. So start your day with this beautiful song, thanking God and acknowledging His goodness on our lives. How can you disagree with that? Let me see. Somebody's about to say something. This one, Juju hosting, is very lucky. Say now, woman like me, she did this too. I wonder why God allows innocence. See, they're coming. They're coming. I knew it. I wonder why God allows innocent and good women to suffer like this. I'm just gonna keep it quiet. Let's keep going. It would have allowed Yuel to pay. It would have allowed Yuel to pay the price of adultery alone. Cause no mbe today. This man, they sleep with people's wife. God Almighty shouldn't have allowed May lose her son in the process. Because that's the reason I go still stone Juju Austin. Why is her name matching Joel Austin? Anyway, let's keep going. I go still stone Juju Austin whenever I land Niger. This is a threat. Why is this necessary? You dey come social media with a calm woman husband with audacity. Nne, you get God so chai. I don't blame you. Now Edochie I blame. You blame the whole family. Baba don't collect. Baba, what's his name? Mr. Edochie. Especially Sir Pete P. Edochie. If he addressed this issue from the beginning, this Juju clown won't be doing too much shenanigans. Shame on Juju Austin, the Queen. See, this person that typed this has a certain type of mindset, right? And this kind of person will basically be chasing life, angry with themselves. They don't end there. They are angry with God. They will question God whenever life events happen. These are them. This is what they sound like. And they don't know how to talk. They might even threaten a fellow human being and they'll go to jail. And they'll say life is not fair. When you're on the social media running your mouth talking about you're going to stone another person. Okay. When I go learn, you will learn. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. All right. So this is the story as it plays out in front of us. The part that I can speak to about you, I've spoken to about it. This guy is not a polygamist. Okay. He dipped his hand in something bigger than him. He got burnt. Okay. That's all you can say. We've seen that play out in real life. In terms of who is holier than thou and who is innocent and who God should not have allowed, none of us have. We have no idea. We have no idea. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Anyway, let's see. Someone said the audacity though. So like this now, I will just go and collect somebody's husband. got married to him and have kids for him and be dancing every day with the man just to pepper the first main wife and kids. When Okija's shrine is still not too far from Lagos to Anambra. Hey, Kwa. I don't know what that means, but I'm reading it. Honestly, this lady get mine though. You're a woman and you know how women hearts are too emotional and fragile, and you're doing this to your fellow woman. Do you understand that the same fragile emotion, the same way you describe, is the reason why somebody would do that? No, you're thinking one angle. She's using emotion to hurt another human being. You don't understand that even the way you interpret this kind of events is your own personal emotions, and it can also hurt you. Much more than Okija's shrine can hurt you. It's closer to you. All right, those are the biggest demon, the one that you live with, you wake up with every day. Those ones. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Forgetting that madness juju is just 10k. Try it with my elder married sisters first and see the Okija in us. Unyobi. I don't know what they're talking about. God help me. Anyway, let me come to the chat a little bit. Juju don't give an F. Facts. She don't give a fuck. She don't care. You think this person care? The only people that you can say that to are people that
don't care, still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Black Diamond says the love between these two would intensify because they feel they are fighting a common enemy. That's something to pay attention to. That's something you can actually leverage in your own relationships. There's only one goal. I don't know if you guys saw. Go and watch the shorts that I released earlier today. It should be less than 1 minute. Spiritual unity. There's only one goal. It works in any type of relationship. You don't have to call Jesus on it. If you're on the same united front, it just works. I know y'all don't want to like that. You want to hear that somebody's righteous and then they end up happily ever after. That's not how life works, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Sorry. If you don't know how life works, you collect. If you're trying to do life with another person, just make one single goal. Get on the same page. Orchestrate a united front with your partner. Right? It's you and them against the world, as opposed to you against them. Any level of you against them. I didn't say you alone. You. Y-O-U. Right? Any level of direct or indirect you or against them. The devil start coming through like this. It comes right through, rushing through it. It will tear everything apart, even if both of you are holy and going to heaven. Take my word, take it to the bank. Okay? So, I say love? Hell nah. More like confused pair. It doesn't even matter what the label will call it. You get on the same page with that person, nothing can come between it. There's no amount of shrine that can come between it. Now, what they do is seems like it's full of emotions. So that's a problem. Okay? That's a problem. You can't, there's only, emotions can only go so far. As soon as you defeat that common enemy, then it's a wrap. Now you have nothing left. So that's another problem entirely on its own. So let's just pay attention. Let's pay attention. Sit with yourself and process this stuff. It's never as simple as somebody is right and wrong. I will keep telling you that. Yes. You're so right. That alone can keep them going for a decade. They could go a lifetime. There are stories out there like that. They could go a whole lifetime like that. And the holier the down ones, they don't want to hear that. They will not come back and say, nobody likes us good women. Nobody likes good guys. As good as that guy was, nobody wanted him. Right? Maybe because I was a nerd. No. It's not because you were a nerd, bro. It's because you were boring. Boring. It's not because you were a nerd. Okay? It's not your fault that you were boring. But you're not interesting. right? It's not your fault, but it's not their fault either that they don't find you interesting. That's how these things work. Okay. A friend of mine and an enemy of my enemy. Yep. Okija Shrine is a strong Igbo dark divinity, I guess. Something like that. Apparently. Something like that. But yeah. Another nice one in the bag. I'm actually surprised. I covered everything I wanted to cover just in time. So all of you can go and rest for tonight. You can go and Zukwa Nwike tonight. Right? So just do yourself a favor though. Okay, well, do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Do yourself a favor, don't wing things along. When it comes to this love of a thing, marriage especially of a thing, it's not as simple as that other person is your enemy or your in-laws are your enemy. As like, if this is how you are seeing it, auntie, you go collect more. Okay, I'm not saying they're not your enemy. I'm saying if that's your focus, you go collect. Okay, you need to take control. Don't be other people's puppets. Okay, don't just point fingers. Right. As a matter of fact, avoid pointing fingers. Take control. Take the bulls by the horn. Remove yourself from situations where you're not celebrated. Take care of yourself. Self-care, self-preservation, self-love, self-respect. If you have enough of those things, people naturally will mimic them. People want to take care of you. They want to be a part of it. If they see that you're having a good time, they want to be a part of it. If you find that the environment is not conducive enough for you to have a good time, remove yourself. If it's a situation where you're being held against your own will, thank you, Mary Parker. If it's a situation where you're being held against your own will, call the police, please. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean you should wake up every day and think, let me call the police. I don't think I can convince you to do that unless you're crazy. But you get the gist. Work on yourself. Focus on yourself. This is also true when it comes to your relationship with your children. Your children can be abusive to you. Yes, because it's a selfish thing. It's a coping thing. There is a coping mechanism thing for them. And sometimes they don't mean any harm, but they are effectively abusive. You need to be able to remove yourself. It doesn't have to be a permanent decision, but at least in this moment, so you can clear the air, so you can see. Sometimes that's what you need to do to realize that, you know what, it needs to be permanent. Okay, but that fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, can hold you hostage for a long time. If you need our help, you know where to find us. The information is scrolling on the screen. You can send a text message, you can send an email. Okay, we're here to support you through your journeys. Okay, all right. So hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.